This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The Zimbabwean government says it has begun on Tuesday evacuating hundreds of families from the Chimanimani region in the eastern part of the country ahead of the arrival of tropical storm Charlene. 20 centers for evacuated families have been set up in the province of Manicaland, where Chimanimani district is located. The Information Ministry says the evacuation is underway because the government is giving priority to the safety of the inhabitants in case the cyclone hits the region with devastating force. The Charlene tropical depression is currently in the Mozambique Channel, while it could develop into a tropical storm, bringing very heavy rains throughout the country with the risk of flooding, particularly in the eastern border area of Mozambique. 1,000 persons were killed last year when Cyclone Idai hit the same area. 270,000 persons affected by Idai at the time are still living in tents while waiting for new houses to be built. Ghana's main opposition party, led by former President John Mahama, said on Tuesday it will formally challenge the outcome of last month's presidential results. The opposition NDC has yet to produce evidence of fraud and has provided no details about the case it would file. The court has 42 working days from when hearings begin to issue its decision. Incumbent President Akufo-Addo was declared winner of the December 7th vote with nearly 52%, ahead of the opposition National Democratic Party's candidate, former President John Mahama, who received 47.37%. Observers say the election was well organized. Both Ghanaian police say 5 persons have been killed in post-election related violence since Monday. Only one presidential election 8 years ago was formally contested by the losing candidate. The court rejected Akufo-Addo's challenge to then incumbent Mahama's victory in a case that dragged on for 8 months. Opposition's protest plan were thwarted last week when Ghana Police Service secured a court order restraining all protests. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Zambian President Edgar Lungu has dismissed 2 police officials and ordered for investigation into the killings of 2 opposition demonstrators last week in Lusaka. 2 protesters were killed last week when riot police broke up a protest outside the police headquarters where the main opponents of the Zambian government, Hakainde Hichilema, was being probed. Hichilema told journalists he was called in to answer questions about a property purchase he made 20 years ago. Zambian presidential statement says President Lungu received a preliminary result on the deaths of the 2 citizens last week in Lusaka and has made changes in police command to allow for a speedy investigation. That is ANN News Brief at 4. Join us again at 5 for our full newscast. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.